Spring Hill, Florida is mostly known for two reasons: affordable housing and convenient access to Tampa, major beaches, and even Orlando. But there's one thing that people tend to focus on, and that is sinkholes. And it makes sense why sinkholes are an issue in Florida. Much of Florida sits on a thin layer of limestone covered by sand, and over time, water can dissolve the limestone and cause voids, which eventually can lead to a sinkhole. However, a lot of what people hear today is tied to past insurance claims and past repairs, not necessarily what's going on right now. It's very similar to how roofing companies go around after a storm and they get homeowners to make an insurance claim to get their roof replaced. That's what was happening with sinkhole repairs 10 to 15 years ago, but insurance companies stopped paying out those claims and you saw sinkholes tend to disappear a little bit. Now, I'm not saying they're not a real risk, they're definitely a real thing, but I do think it was a little bit exaggerated because of those claims that I mentioned. So essentially what I'm saying is there was a time period when investigations and claims were heavily pursued, resulting in more sinkholes, which still shapes how people view the area today. So in this video, we're gonna go step by step and show you how to find out if a property has a sinkhole, and find the investigation report and completion report if it was repaired, so you can see exactly what was found on the property and also how they repaired the sinkhole. This might also help you get a better idea on what these sinkholes actually looked like. Some cases were obviously more severe than others, but I think it will be helpful and might ease your mind a little bit. All right, so before we jump in, I just wanted to say that if you enjoyed this content, find it helpful, make sure to like this video. It helps support the channel, and subscribe for future videos on Hernando County. Also, if you have any questions or you're looking to make a move to the area, you can reach me directly using the contact information in the description below. You can also get a free copy of this Hernando County moving guide, which is on screen right now. It has everything you need to know about moving to Hernando County before making the move. We're actually going to use it today. For starters, I want to show you how to find out if a property has a sinkhole or had a sinkhole in the past. So we're going to go to useful links for Hernando County, property appraiser. This is the easiest way to find out if a property has one. We'll just search now, agree to the disclaimer, and I'm just going to use the property that I grew up in because it is the easiest way to do this, because I know this is a repair sinkhole. Don't hear anymore. So if we go to the full details, you'll see that it says stabilization permit complete, meaning it's a repair sinkhole, it's permitted, everything's finalized, and this will show up forever. So this was done probably 15 years ago at this point. And you also can pull up the, let's see if I did that. Oh, okay. Well, I had it pulled up already, but I wanted to show you how to get to it. But if you go to the property record card as well, this will also show you that the sinkhole has been repaired. Right here, sinkhole stabilization. This is also where you can find other permits, like this one has a roof replacement, a swimming pool, and then when it was built in 2000. To see when a property has an on-repaired sinkhole, like this one, for example, I pulled up this and I quick little what's it called? Tip, I guess you could say. If you use Zillow, which I use the MLS as well, but Zillow is sometimes easier, especially for on-repaired sinkholes, you could do a keyword search like on-repaired sinkhole or on-repaired settlement if you're specifically looking for them, because it'll be in the description. Typically, the agent will put on-repaired sinkhole or settlement or something like that. You could also do this for anything. So if you wanted to look up office, it'll show properties that have office in the description. So not a lot of people know about that, but I figured that could be helpful. Back to what we were talking about though. If we go to the property page for that property on Lima that I just showed you on Zillow, you'll see that it says on repaired sinkhole here in red. So that's the easiest way to check if a property has a repaired sinkhole or an unrepaired sinkhole. The property card will not have this disclosure on it. You have to look here And you can also check the building department. Of course, when I wanted to do this and pull information from it, they're undergoing a update. They're changing the system, which Hernando County was due for, so that's good to see, but just bad timing as I'm trying to record this video. So next, instead of going in here and showing you how to pull it, I could do that maybe in the future, but it's pretty straightforward. You just search the address and then find the permits and then pull, you know, the attachments for that permit, which would be a investigation report, which shows you how they found out there was a sinkhole, and then the stabilization or completion report as well, if it was repaired. If it's not repaired, then you'll just see the investigation report. So what that looks like is right here. I have some older ones. This is one that I had on my computer. Again, you can go into the Hernando County Building Department, which will be, it's this website, but it also is linked in my moving guide. So you can find it there once it's live again. And this is why I had to pause it. Okay, we got lucky again, it loaded. This is the investigation report for a sinkhole property. So an engineer, this is made by Madrid Engineering Group. I won't scroll through all of it because it's a lot of words, but if you were looking at a home and you wanted to read through this, you could. It tells you how they, investigated the home and what conclusion they came to. And then there is some pictures here showing you what they found. So as you can see here, there was these little voids around the property, and it was enough to say this as sinkhole activity and warranted a repair and a payout from the insurance company to get the repair done. I will just keep scrolling a little bit to show you, what else this report includes. But next we'll look at the completion report and shows you what work they did to remediate it. Here's another larger scope for so here a hand auger boring log. And this is, as you can see, Client Citizens Insurance Company. So that is the insurance company that was filing the claim, or, insuring the claim, I guess. And then you can see there's notes here: very loose, very pale brown sand, grades to very dense, medium dense. It's just very technical stuff, engineering stuff. But if it helps you feel, a little bit better, they also have a full writing of what they did here. So this stuff is all available to you if you have a repaired sinkhole property or unrepaired. This will just be the report that shows why it's an unrepaired sinkhole. Once the property is repaired and permitted and done, you'll get a completion report, and that'll show you and describe exactly what was done. So in this case, there was grout, chemical grout pumped into the property. And then you can see here, this is the cover letter. You have all the pinpoints of where they put piers and chemical grout. So this is an underpinning pier. The X's, the circles are chemical grout points. So you can see what they did to remediate or stabilize the house. So if a sinkhole did happen, the home is secure. So if there's prevention, and then with the grouting, and then piers kind of hold the house up. And you can see what was done and how it all works here. It's very technical and it's a little bit out of my league, but I'm just showing you how to find it and what you can do to kind of put your mind at ease regarding some of this stuff. And again, I'm just here to share information with you guys on how to research sinkholes in Hernando County. Obviously, there's going to be a lot more cases where it was even less severe than this, or some cases where there was more sinkhole activity. But as you can see here, there was just 3 locations that they found as soft spots, or locations that they investigated, and they found enough evidence with the home and this to say there was a sinkhole. That might be different now if you went back to this property now when insurance companies aren't paying the claims. That's why I go back to the fact that those insurance claims really kind of exaggerated the whole sinkhole thing in Spring Hill, because if somebody went to your house now to investigate a sinkhole because you suspected something was up, I bet you that the bar is a lot higher to claim that there's a sinkhole, because it's a big deal if you get designated as a sinkhole for insurance purposes. And it costs a decent chunk of change, probably 20 to 30,000 to repair an unrepaired sinkhole at this point. And insurance companies aren't paying it anymore, so there's a little bit more, um, not backlash, but there's a little more weight that it carries than it did in the past when insurance companies were doing the repairs, and accepting claims. So enough of that though. What I wanted to show you guys next was the sinkhole map that we have in Hernando County. And I believe every county has this in Florida. So if we go back to the main page of the moving guide and we go to maps, my computer runs very slow when I share my screen on OBS, the program I use, so it's kind of annoying. But here's the geology and sinkhole map. Hopefully it doesn't take forever to load. All right, probably will speed this part up. All right, so we got the map loaded and we pulled up Little Farms, the property that I showed you on the property appraiser that had a repaired sinkhole completed remediation. And as you can see here, there's a blue exclamation point. If we zoom out a little bit, you'll also see some red exclamations, and those are for unrepaired sinkhole properties. So there's one here, 29, lot 29. So this is a good tool if you're looking at a home. Let's just say you're looking at this lot here on Whitewood, lot 2. If you are looking at this property and it doesn't have a sinkhole, but you want to just make sure there's nothing around it, or there wasn't something around it, you can look on this map and see, oh, there's a repaired sinkhole here, an unrepaired here, and you can actually go back into the Hernando County Building Department link and search for the investigation reports and completion reports for these properties, and really just see what all was found, and really just get a better peace of mind when it comes to buying a home in Spring Hill. If Spring Hill sinkholes is a concern for you, because most people, they kind of just understand, why this happened, and they talk to me about it, they ask me questions, or they get an opinion from online, and that usually is as far as it goes. But if you really want to be safe and check this stuff out, this is definitely a great tool to use and to take advantage of. So yeah, as always, if you have any questions about sinkholes or Spring Hill in general, you can reach me directly using the contact information in the description below. You can also get a copy of this Hernando County Moving Guide, which has links to all the stuff that I showed you today. It's a lot easier to find the stuff through this guide because some of the links are in very specific places and you have to click a few buttons to get there, and this will save you a lot of time. On top of that, it has all HOA communities, new construction homes, active adults, schools, parks, every link you need for electric, utilities, stuff like that. So I'll cut that off there. But yeah, check out the description for contact information. I appreciate you guys watching. Subscribe for future videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one.